Yo, well, let's get back into it, man.
So, something very strange has been happening. Let me explain. My girlfriend died on the 7th of August 2012. She was involved in a 3-car collision driving home from work when someone ran a red light. She passed away within minutes on the scene. We had been dating for 5 years at that point. She wasn't big on the idea of marriage. It felt archaic, she said, gave her a weird vibe, but if she had been,
Most
I
people
would have
don't like
married
being
her within
married.
3 months of our relationship. She was so vibrant, the kind of girl that would choose dare every time. She was happiest when camping, but a total technophile too. She always smelled like cinnamon. That being said, she wasn't perfect. She always said something along the lines of,
If I cark it first, don't just say good things about me. I've never liked that. If you don't pay me out, you're doing me a disservice.
She
I've got
weird,
so many
cuz. She
flaws, and
weird.
that's just part of me.
so this is for you, Em. The music she said she liked and the music that she actually liked were very different from each other. Her idea of affection was a side hug, and she had really long toes, like a chimpanzee.
You a clown, cuz.
I know that's tangential, but I don't feel right discussing her without you having an idea of what she was like. Now, on to the meat. Em had been dead for approaching 13 months when she first messaged me. September 4th, 2013. This is when it began.
Hello.
Who is this? It's really weird receiving
Why you
messages from
respond? You
Emily's account.
crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, in the future, please send me messages from your account, even if you want to discuss her page.
Hello.
Susan, you're on Emily's account.
Bro, why are you
Okay, so
responding
to
to the...
explain, I had left Emily's Facebook account activated so that I could send her the occasional message, post on her wall, go through her albums, stuff like that. It felt way too final and way too un-Emily to memorialize it. I share access with her mother, Susan, which really means her mother has her login and password and has spent a total of approximately 3 minutes on the website or on a computer total. After a little confusion, I just assumed it was her.
Bro,
November
you
16th,
tripping.
2013.
Hello. Let's hit up the trail this Sunday.
Who the fuck is this?
The wheels on the bus.
Please tell me who you are.
She crazy, but that's on
I
Snap.
had received confirmation from Susan that she hadn't logged into M's Facebook since the week of her death. M knew a lot of people, so
No,
I
that's
instantly
now
assumed
you
that this
gotta
was one of her
memorialize
more
it. You gotta get
tech-savvy
out.
friends fucking
Cause
with me in the worst way
why
possible.
she take?
I noticed pretty much immediately that whoever was chatting with me was recycling old messages from M and my shared chat history. The wheels on the bus comment was from when we were discussing songs to play on our road trip that never eventuated.
That's what I'm saying. That
Hello
thing
happened a
snap.
million times.
That thing snap.
Around February 2014, Emily started tagging herself in my photos. I would get notifications for them, but the tag would generally always be removed by the time I got to it.
Man.
The first time I actually caught one, it felt like someone had punched me in the gut. She would tag herself in spaces where it was plausible for her to be or where she would usually hang out. I've got screenshots of two, one from April and one from June. These are the only ones I've ever caught, so they're a little out of the timeline I'm trying to write out. Around this period of time, I stopped being able to sleep. I was way too angry to sleep. She would tag herself in random photos every couple of weeks. The friends who noticed and said something thought it was a fucked up bug. I found out recently that there have been friends who have noticed and didn't say anything. Some of them have removed me from their Facebook friends list. At this point, some of you may be wondering why I didn't just kill my Facebook profile. I wish I had, and I did for a little while. On days when I can't get out there, though, it's nice having my friends available to chat. It's nice visiting M's page when the little green circle isn't next to her name. I was already socially reclusive when M was alive, and her death turned me into something pretty close to a hermit. And Facebook and MMOs were and are my only real social outlets. On March 15th, I sent what I assumed was M's hacker a message. Why are you doing this? Why do you keep tagging her?
Why do you keep
On March
texting her?
25th, I received an answer.
Hello? 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 Hello?
This is actually devastating. I don't know why you enjoyed doing this.
Oh my god, cinnamon scented candles!
Go to hell.
Why are you doing this?
It wasn't until I was going over these logs a few months later that I noticed that she was recycling my own words as well. My response seems kind of lackluster here. I was intentionally providing him or her with emotional bait, saying things like, "This is actually devastating," etc., to keep them interested in their game. I was working off the assumption that the kind of person to do this would be the kind of person that would thrive on the distress of others. I was posting in tech forums, looking for ways to track this person, contacting Facebook. I needed to keep them around so I could gather evidence. Before anyone asks, yes, I had changed the password in all security info countless times.
You need to chill.
On the 16th of April, I received this.
We should make our own jam. Jesus fucking Christ, Samantha. Nah, different. No chance of passing. No chance of passing. How many? Garage side door. Side. Eye. No chance of passing.
This seems like word salad. Like all of our conversations so far, it's recycled from previous messages that she's sent. 29th of April.
Baked beans on toast? I don't know. I just said, yo, ask Nathan. 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 Nathan.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know how you're still doing this. Please stop.
Please stop. I don't know what's happening. Nathan, I don't know what's happening.
Okay,
I hadn't
bro,
discovered any leads.
Look.
Facebook
I
had
gotta
told
go.
me the
I'm sorry,
locations
I
her
don't know who
page
it
had been
is.
accessed from, but since her death, they're all places I can account for. My home, my work, her mom's house, etc.
Yeah, at your crib.
My response here wasn't bait. Yo, ask Nathan was
Yeah,
an
it's
inside
correct.
joke way too lame worth explaining. But seeing her, or whoever it was, say it again just absolutely fucking crippled me. My reaction in real life was much less pretty. I'm not expecting my bond back. Her last few messages had started to scare me, but I wouldn't admit it at this point. 8th of May. I really don't have words for this.
I. -12. -15. My jumper's in the dryer and it's really cold out. Really cold out. Cold. Cold. Nathan, please stop. Cold. Freezing. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening either.
Freezing
That's
is
why I
the
gotta
first
get up
original
out of
word
here.
that
Get
she's
up out of
made.
here, man.
This has given me nightmares that have only started to kick in recently. I keep dreaming that she's in an ice-cold car, frozen blue and gray, and I'm standing outside in the warmth, screaming at her to open the door. She doesn't even realize I'm there. Sometimes her legs are outside with me. 24th of May. I'm really drunk. I miss you. Whoever's on this account, I don't give a fuck. I keep coming home from work and expecting to see you at the computer. Shouldn't I be used to that by now?
Just
Let me walk.
I wasn't actually drunk.
Bro, what?
She wasn't an affectionate girl, and it always embarrassed her to exchange I love yous, cuddle, and talk about how much we meant to each other. She was more comfortable with it when I was boozed up. I got fake drunk a lot. Her reply is what prompted me to finally memorialize her page, thinking it might help curb this behavior. It might seem innocuous compared to her previous message. It's pasted from an old conversation where I was trying to convince her to let me drive her home from a friend's. In the collision, the dashboard had crushed her. She was severed in a diagonal line from her right hip to midway down her left thigh. One of her legs was found tucked under the back seat. Going back in time, 7th of August 2012. This, alongside a couple of voicemail messages, is the last time I talked to her under the assumption that she was alive.
You should have
Hey,
been
you on your way
memorialized
home?
your thing. Why are you
Emily,
tripping? You was tripping
When you
the
see this message,
whole
please ring me.
time,
Straight away. I rang, and they said you left at 4. I'm starting to panic. I feel sick in my stomach. Please, please ring me. Emily. Emily.
Emily.
Answer your phone.
Emily.
Those
Emily.
are the
Emily.
logs from the day
Emily,
she
crazy.
died. She was usually home from work by 4:30. You'll see why I'm showing you these soon. Yesterday, 1st of July 2014.
Hey, you on your way home? Emily, when you see this message, please ring me. Straight away.
Please stop.
I rang, and they said you left at 5.
I'm starting to panic.
You basically
Please
just
stop.
copy and paste it.
Cold. Emily,
Emily.
answer your phone.
This man copy and
I
pasted your
don't-
text and sent it to you.
Cold.
Come on now, dog.
Freezing.
I memorialized her page a couple of days after I received the message about walking. Until today, she'd been quiet. She wasn't even tagging herself in my photos. I don't know what to do anymore. Do I kill her
You need to
memorial
leave.
page?
What are you doing,
What if it is her?
Leave.
I wanna
Stop
puke.
playing with her.
I don't know what's happening.